Hey guys, today I want to talk about private homes and private apartments versus gated community apartments and homes. Now let me get into this right away because this is something that a lot of people don't consider. There's a lot of gated communities out there that are basically garbage. And what I mean by that is they're getting higher rents because it's a gated community, and some of the places the pools are not running. They don't take care of the pools very well. They're dirty, they don't clean the roads, they don't take care of the lots. A lot of things are not taken care of because a lot of people are not paying their dues or whatever, and what happens is the place basically kind of falls apart. Also, some of the gatekeepers, the guards, what happens is they get a little lax in some of these places, and you really got to keep on them and tell them, look, I do not want anybody coming to my house unless you call me first to check with me to make sure that they can come in. And if I'm not home or I don't answer, they don't get in. And take care of these people a little bit too. But you shouldn't have to do that by rights. You're already paying dues and stuff like that, but take care of them a little bit. Also, a lot of these guys, they collect your packages and you leave money down there. And when Lazada or the post office delivers something, they sign for it for you. And then you know, when you come by, they give it to you. You just ask them, hey, did I get any packages today? And they say yes. Now, there are perks, obviously, with living in a gated community. But also, just because you live in a gated community, don't think that there won't be break-ins, there won't be things happening there. There's always things going on. People get ladders, they climb over the fences or walls or whatever, they get in. Even, you know, and they just people get through. And I've seen this firsthand at a place that I was checking out one time, and they had a ladder coming up over the wall, and somebody was doing some work on their homes, and the squatters on the other side of the wall were stealing all the bricks, stealing all the cement, and bringing it over to the other side and building their homes with it. So this is something that happens. Don't think that because in a gated community you're protected or anything like that. They might come around and check maybe once an hour when they do a round or whatever, or every 2 hours or what have you. And at night they usually have somebody driving around in there on a motorcycle or whatever every once in a while, and they also have the gates guarded. But don't think that you're that much safer inside there. Actually, sometimes in some of the nicer neighborhoods, you actually probably get more protection from your neighbors than you do from the guards. And that's just the reality of it. So don't think paying that extra money is going to give you that much more protection. It really doesn't. It really depends on the place. There are really high-end places with a lot of security. Those are the places that you want to get into, but you're going to pay a lot more. But when you comparing the average gated community against a decent house on the outside, you get more on the outside than you do on the inside of the gated community. Where I live, my apartment, when I compare it to some places like around here, some of these condos that are for rent, the high-rise condos, and I look at the size of those, I actually have more space probably in my home than in some of the condos around here. And you're paying good money, or you're paying, you know, buying one or renting one, you're paying anywhere from, you know, around here, you're paying $400 to $600 a month for that type of a rental. And believe it or not, you're not getting that much more. You know, it's semi-nice inside. It might be quieter because you don't have chickens or dogs and stuff like that. You have a pool, but in some cases you have to pay to use the pool unless you're an owner. You know, and if you're a short-term rental, you have to pay to use the pool. Now, if you're a long-term renter, most of the time, if you talk to the landlord and say, hey, they're charging me to use the pool and I'm a long-term renter, usually what they'll do is they'll waive the fee for you to use the pool, which is good. And then you can use the pool and you don't have to pay. But you pay through the nose for these things, for what you get. I mean, I pay $80 a month at my place, okay, right here. I pay $80 a month, and it's a bargain, okay? I have one bedroom, a kitchen, a small living room, a nice bathroom, and it's clean and decent. It's the way I like it. Now, if I went into one of these condos and I was renting a condo there, or I bought one or something like that, the space would be smaller. Yeah, I'd probably have a little bit more security, because if somebody was breaking into your door, somebody would hear it down the hallway or something and probably call if they were home. This is the thing. Now, around here, I have enough neighbors around here. They're obviously going to notice it because it's right out in the open here. I have people down below. I have people up above. I have a neighbor here, and I have an older guy over here. They would probably notice somebody breaking in. So, you know, is it worth paying an extra $320 a month to go into a gated community and rent in there, because I could go over to, like, near the mall, there's a place over there, there's a complex there, and I could rent in there, and usually they're $400 to $700 a month for those places, and they're much tinier than my place, or relatively the same size. So is it worth it? I'm not so sure. The good thing is you're close to the mall, you do have things like that, but is it worth that extra $300, $400, $500 more? You know, probably not. You know, because I can hop in a tricycle for 35 pesos and go down to the mall, and 35 pesos come back. It's 70 pesos each time I go to the mall. And I go to the mall quite a lot to do walking and stuff like that, because in the afternoon I try to do a little bit of walking, depending on how my hip and my back is doing. And I go down there and I try to do 10,000 steps if I can. Sometimes I can't, depending on the day. Today I'm having a rough time, so I'm not out walking or anything. Hopefully it loosens up a little bit. But as far as value, when you come over here, take a look at the two. And remember, when you're looking at the $80 apartments, look at it with a different eye, because it might just need a paint job. It might need an American toilet installed or something like that. Yeah, you might have to put a couple $100s into the apartment, but if you rent it for a year, you're going to get that money back. Also, you know, you're probably going to have to put AC. So what's it going to cost you overall? Maybe $200 a month when you figure in all the other stuff. And are you better off? Sometimes you are. Sometimes it's nicer living someplace like this. You know, I don't have to listen to, you know, road noise or anything like that here. Pretty much, it's pretty quiet here, and it's much more peaceful. I get fresh air here all day long. You can see how blue the skies are. It has to go through all these trees. The air does. Now up above here, the pollution blows that way. So it's I have a lot cleaner air here. The one thing that you do get at the high-rise condos is you do get views, and you get some beautiful views there, and beautiful sunsets or sunrises in the morning. That is a big plus. And you know, yes, you pay for it. You know, but if you're here on a budget and you're shopping around, $80, $100, $120 apartments, sometimes it's worth it. And they're beautiful little apartments usually. The apartments in here are decent apartments. The ones across the street have a little loft. There's a lot of places in Tracy that you can get into. Some of them are a little bit more off the beaten path and harder to get a tricycle sometimes, so you have to do a little bit of a walk. But they're decent apartments. For $100, you get a nice little loft. Some of them have really nice interiors, and some of them don't have any dogs or chickens or roosters around. So it's quiet. It depends where you go. There's so many places in Tracy now to shop around and look around and find these rentals. It's crazy. Or you can look around even in our neighborhood here. Our neighborhood's a nice little quiet neighborhood here. Yeah, our road gets a little bit busy, but if you get it set back off the road, it's quiet, decent, peaceful, and not too much pollution. But anyway, guys, I want to chat about that a little bit. So when you're looking, if you're on a budget, shop around for these type of apartments. These type of apartments where I live, and you can go back and check out my apartment in my videos. It's been on here several times. And you can also look at my other videos about some of the apartments that we've showed here, and you can see what you get for at different prices and stuff. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. I hope you enjoyed today's show.